downtown Toronto and the Rogers Center, the home of this edition of Baseball on the Show. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Atlanta Braves and the Toronto Blue Jays. It's Blue Jays baseball, and it's on its way next. Now at the plate is Eddie Rosario, and we are ready for some daytime baseball. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Forecast high calls for 80 degrees, but we're at 76 here at opening pitch. Too high there, and maybe a bit outside as well. 2-1. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2.
Hey, pretty aggressive pitch right there up in the zone. Surprised he didn't offer at it.
Looks at a fastball low here, and it's full 3-2. Hit to first. Reined in. And the day begins with an out. There's one away. Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. Lifetime numbers against Robbie Ray. He's gone 2 for 8. Now the pitch.
1-0.
The 1-0. It's a fastball that misses. 3-0 now.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't a 4-pitch walk right here. He doesn't want to mess around and leave something over the heart of the plate and get beat in this situation.
3-1 the count now. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground at the left side. Throw on the first will get him. Score at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now. And the pitch. Ozzie Albies is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
And that catches the outside corner. It's 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Just getting started at the Rogers Center. Got him swinging, and that's the 3rd out. Now at the plate, here is George Springer. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The center fielder, Joe.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Here's a swing and a ground ball, and that's through for a hit.
Batting second, the second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Stepping in now, Marcus Semien. As the
1-0.
first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
Well, the key for him on the mound is to keep the ball down. Certainly, hollow of the knee or lower. Sinker changeup guy, if he's going to succeed against this lineup, he's got to keep the ball down.
Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. He'll try again, 1-2. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Stepping in for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. First chance for him here with a runner at first and 1 gone. Here comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And he'll take a look at ball 1. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. To the plate now, Bo Bichette. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. And they're runners at the corners now. Shot toward right center. And this is going to wind up as extra bases as that'll play one for sure and maybe a second. And he is in there.
That is good. The right fielder.
So that'll bring in Teoscar Hernandez as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball one. There's prior history in this matchup. He's 1 for 3. Ball and a strike.
Hey, after that extra base hit, things could go awry. He didn't. He battled right back in his zone with a nice executed pitch.
Lays off the slider that time. 2-1.
Sitting in a good spot right here. 2 ball, 1 strike count is yet to see a fastball. Have to be sitting on one right here.
Changeup laid off down and around the shins. Now a slider here, but this will miss off the plate away, and it's ball 4. So the next to bat will be Alejandro Kirk. And now the Blue Jays look to put some more across the plate in this opening frame. Here's the first pitch to him. Popped up. Freeman into foul territory. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Over to Albies. Relay to Freddie. Double play. And that'll end the inning. Second inning set to go, and set to go is the third baseman, Austin Riley.
Hey, Matty, they need to get some offense going in this one. Getting a run back in this inning, give them a little bit of confidence that they can keep up in this game.
And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1. In is Jorge Soler. Lifetime numbers against Robbie Ray. He's 1 for 3. Now the first pitch. Hit high and deep out to left field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Base is empty, 2 away. And up next, former San Francisco minor league property Adam Duvall. Here's a 2-seamer inside to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
Hey, a 2-out walk right here would be the time run to the plate. Even though it's early on, you've got a guy on deck that has a lot of pop.
The 2-0 on the way.
I love that pitch right there. An aggressive fastball that catches the corner. The hitter knew it was coming and still couldn't do anything with it.
And he fouls this one off. Here now the 2-2. Popped him up. Kirk over to his left. And that ends the inning. Plate now is the designated hitter, Corey Dickerson. He's set to lead off the home half of the second. First offering on its way. And that misses for ball 1. And 2-0 now as this misses below the knees.
He might still be thrown off from that first inning, guys. He got knocked around pretty good, and that can be hard to recover from mentally sometimes.
The count now at 2-1. Fouled away. The 2-2 one more time. Is swung on and missed, strike 3. Next up, Lourdes Gurriel. In his career against this pitcher, he's a .333 hitter. First offering. Grounded to the right. Albies scoops it up, and he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out. Next to bat for Toronto, Santiago Espinal. Trying to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Albies onto the grass. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Leading off the inning, it'll be Travis d'Arnaud as they'll look to spark the offense and even things up. First pitch on its way.
That's a ball.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. Fly ball right down the line in left. Gurriel has him played perfectly as he puts it away for out number 1. Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. Lifetime numbers against Robbie Ray. He's a .333 hitter. And they start him out away with a called strike. Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone.
Hey, that backdoor breaking ball just missed. He had a chance to run it to 0-2.
Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the 3rd. And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. This one's down to 3rd. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. George Springer the next to hit.
Leading up for Toronto, the center fielder, Joel.
First pitch on the way.
1-0. Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably make you pay for it.
Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. The 1-1 home is laid off for ball 2.
That hook stayed up in the zone. You can see he struggled with that curveball early. He's trying to find that release point with his off-speed pitches. Love to see if he can find the feel for that thing moving forward.
The 3-1. And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the 3rd. Ready now is Marcus Semien. Struck out in his last trip to the plate. From the stretch. Springer aboard here at first with nobody out. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
This situation right here reminds me of sitting on the bench talking to John Smoltz, Hall of Famer. He would always say, even though the situation looked bad, a pitcher is 1 pitch away from getting himself out of a tough jam.
And another foul ball. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And boy, that misses as well. It's back-to-back walks to start out the inning.
Now batting, first baseman.
Digging in next, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. And the pitch is off the catcher's glove as it rolls away. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. The 1-0 home. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1. Called strike that time, and it's even at 2-2. From the belt, the pitch down the first baseline. Here now the 2-2. Lifted in the air out to center field. Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. It's a 3-0 game. So 1 away in the Toronto 3rd. In to bat next, the legacy Bo Bichette. From the stretch, here's the pitch. drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
Heading out towards shallow right. Soler has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And he'll think better of trying to score as he holds it third with 2 away now.
The right fielder.
So a man at third here with 2 gone. And striding into the plate next will be Teoscar Hernandez. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there. Going right after one of the better hitters on this team. Not afraid to execute.
Behind 0-2 now. Has a look. Now the pitch.
Well, there's the classic 0-2 wasted fastball. Not even close to the zone. We'll see what he throws on the next pitch.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
He's certainly pushing the throttle and pulling it with those 4 pitches. Statistics class tells me I'm sitting fast.
Now a shot sent off to the right side, but foul. And it's fouled away. And he missed with this one up around the noggin. Now it's full.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any...
Oh, hang on now. This ball is smoked to right, and I don't think this one's coming back. No chance. It's gone. The batter will be Alejandro Kirk.
The catcher.
He'll swing and lift the ball foul off to the left and out of play. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Behind 0-2 now. 3 runs already home here. Shot down the line. It's a fair ball. Through first and hustling for second. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone. Jesse Chavez, a 6'1" right-hander, will be the one to get the call from the bullpen here.
Dickerson.
Into the box, Corey Dickerson, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. Struck out in his first at-bat. And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
Now you can see he's working around this guy right here. Why not? First base is open. Walk wouldn't be the worst thing in this spot.
Fastball, and looks like they're pinching him a bit here. It's 3-1. And the check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. This is on the ground over the first, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. All set for the start of the inning, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Eddie Rosario. And now the first pitch, as he'll fall behind here as he goes after a fastball that might have been out of the zone. It's strike 1.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
So the leadoff man's gone, and that'll bring in the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. The pitch. And a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, that looked like a strike, but let me tell you, when you're staring at a big 0 in the hit column, getting a call like that to go your way can feel like a big victory.
1-1.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball
Tough
3.
one to call there, but it's ruled just above the zone.
Time to wake up the offense right here. 3-1 count,
Full count.
all in on
3-2.
something over the heart of the plate.
Good swing just a little early, and they'll see another payoff pitch. And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are 2 gone now. So the bases are empty with 2 gone now. And that'll bring up Ozzie Albies. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
Ball 1.
After watching that one go by and a ball being called, you could rest assured he knows he's not getting away with another one of those.
1-1.
I guarantee you he's going to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Here's the 1-1.
Ball
And there's a
inside.
fastball well off the plate inside. And that's the first hit in this one for the Braves. At the plate, Austin Riley, as he will take a fastball in there at the
0-1.
knees for strike 1. 0 for 1 after a pop out in foul territory his first time through. Strike 2.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Now to bat, Lourdes Gurriel. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
The left fielder, Lourdes Gurriel.
He's set. Here it comes.
Inside.
When you've
Ball
got
1.
a guy that throws a good 2-seam fastball, you have to be ready for him to try to run it inside and jam you. Good job to lay off that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again.
Fly ball out to straightaway right. Under this one is Soler, and he'll handle it for the first out. So next to bat will be Santiago Espinal. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now here's the first offering.
Ball. Ball 1, no strike.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. Here's the pitch. Ball hit out to Albies at second base. Fielded cleanly on to Freeman at first, and there are 2 away now. 2 are gone now in the Blue Jays half of the 4th. And former World Series MVP George Springer bats next. Now the first pitch.
Ball, that's it.
This right-handed pitcher, his bread and butter is that 2-seamer, and he loves to throw it inside.
Now the 1-0 is looked at for ball number 2. 5 runs, 5 hits, and no errors in the game for Toronto. Down
Ball
low,
3.
and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Marcus Semien would be next. He's set. Here's the 3-0. And that one's taken outside for a ball. He walked him. So no 1-2-3 inning here. They've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
Second baseman, Marcus Semien.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Marcus Semien is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
Ball 1.
Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there. Now a throw over to first, and the runner back. Springer leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Tried to get that one airborne, but it's 1-2.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That could be an effective.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it.
I'm in my zone now. When he don't slow down.
So here is Jorge Soler. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit. First pitch coming. Here it is. Soler is a prolific power hitter, and you probably didn't need me to tell you that. Doesn't matter what kind of pitching he faces, there's a lot of pop in that bat. 1-1 the count now. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. 2-2 to Jorge Soler.
Don't be surprised if he gets another back foot slider right here. Don't think for a second, just because he took the first one, that this pitcher won't come back exactly the same way.
Therefore, it is Springer, and he's got it for the first out. Stepping in for the Braves, Adam Duvall popped into foul ground his last time up.
Yeah, Matt, he's got to make an adjustment right here. His swing definitely broke down, dropped his back shoulder, and thus the result was a terrible pop-up foul.
The 1-0 is taken for ball 2. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
If I'm in the box right now, I'm coming unglued. He is going to throw something over the heart of the plate.
3-1 the count now. Full count now. 3-2.
He was able to sneak that fastball by him on 3-1, so now we've got a battle on our hands.
And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th.
The catcher.
And now in the box, Travis d'Arnaud, the winner of last year's Silver Slugger Award for NL catchers. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. A fastball here, and this is softly hit and fouled off to the left.
Hey, offense needs to check itself right here. They need to make this starter a little bit more uncomfortable. 1 strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Fouled off. Again, a 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Here he comes again, 1-2. Here's a breaking ball, but it doesn't quite find the strike zone.
Tried to work in the backdoor breaking ball there for a strike.
We'll have to press pause as that strike 3 to retire the side. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and next will be the imposing power bat, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Upper part of the zone there, but taken for a strike. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. The 0-2 delivery.
Ball inside.
Here's a weakly hit fly ball off to the left side. Swanson will stay with it as he backs up and puts it away. 1 gone. No one on with 1 down. Into bat next, the legacy Bo Bichette. Here's the first pitch to him. This is on the ground over to first. Freeman is up with it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. So the bases are empty here with 2 gone. And striding into the plate next to be Teoscar Hernandez. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
1-0.
2 out, nobody on. And this one's over for a high strike. 1-1. Ooh, he saws him off with that one. But a foul ball. 1-2 now. Now here it comes. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and standing in is the DH, Orlando Arcia. First pitch of the AB on its way. And that's a called strike at the letters, though that looked high from here. It's 0-2 now.
Man, this guy's really pitched well so far, attacking the strike zone, and he's really kept these hitters off balance.
Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes. Dansby Swanson lining up to hit. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Count 1-0.
A ball and no strikes. 2-0 the count to Dansby Swanson. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors so far for Atlanta. That'll find its way out of play. Still going to have a good hitter's count. 2-1 now. Hit high and deep to right center. Springer giving chase. He gets there, and that's the second out. And back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Stepping in, Eddie Rosario. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
Wouldn't mind the pitcher expanding the zone a little bit more and using his aggressiveness against him.
1-1. And he popped him up. And no one will track it down. The 1-2.
Nope. Outside.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
That pitch was way down on 2-2, but give the hitter some credit there. Sometimes with 2 strikes, you're more apt to expand the strike zone, but he didn't and held off on that one that wasn't even close.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. 0-1, here it comes. Hit on the ground out to short. Bichette picks it up cleanly. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. Bottom of the 6th inning now. And next to hit is the catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
The catcher, Alejandro.
First pitch on its way. That's popped up. Freeman trying to get there, and that's going to land foul. Comes set with the 0-1, and it's 1-1. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Here it comes. Slider, and that's hit on the ground towards second. Albies picks it up, and the throw to first is in time. 1 gone. Next will be the designated hitter, Corey Dickerson. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Dickerson.
Now the first pitch.
Ball 1,
Bases
no
are empty, 1 man out. One ball, 1 strike, the count. Now a fastball gets the upper part of the zone for strike 2. A swing and a ground ball to third. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Now back. Let's see.
In now, Lourdes Gurriel. As the first pitch here has been high, it's ball 1. No hits to this point. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. And this will wind up a foul ball. He's running. He swings and misses. Throw down.
Count is 1-2.
Right there for d'Arnaud to get his man. 2 out, nobody on. And here's a ball hit in the air. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The next 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. lineups Ozzie Albies.
Moving off to the field, the second baseman, Ozzie.
And now the first pitch. This will chase one up around the letters here for strike one.
We're moving right along into this one. This guy's continuing to pitch well, which is a little bit of a surprise because his first pitch strike ratio is still under 60%.
And a change up here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. And that misses 2-2. Into the windup and the pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. The 2-2 one more time. And did he hold up in time? A look down, and no, he went around. It's strike three. Next to bat for Atlanta, Austin Riley. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. This is line to left. And this will be taken in without much trouble. It's an easy start to the 7th. 2 gone. Next to hit, Jorge Soler flew out last time up.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Yanked on the ground down the line. Throw on to first is going to be in time, and the Blue Jays get a complete game shutout from their starter as this ball game is over. 5-0 the final score today. Toronto jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Robbie Ray gets the W on the mound. Max Fried couldn't work out at the 3rd inning, taking the loss. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
Switching up my energy, my enemies feel like I got hundreds of them. No love for me. Y'all ain't in the streets, y'all just in the street. Y'all sitting in the street, y'all just in the beach. No deal, I like the breeze. I call up my lawyer like never mind. They playing with all these. This is money, but never mind. Like a problem, never mind. It said we $1 million.
Stands our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Blue Jays, 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. For Atlanta, no runs, just 1 hit, no errors. They left 2 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 48 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.